And welcome to West Coast Wednesdays. My name is Justin Ancheta from SF Garnish Music Production and Soul Graffiti Studios. We're here every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we have a special guest today. Please check us out on social medias. We're going live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We're also connected to the Garnish Music Network worldwide with 8 locations to learn your digital audio workstation. So more on that in just a moment, but please welcome MC Rai to the house. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hey, Justin, how are you, bro?
Good, man. It's really awesome that we finally connected here to chat. It's been years, I think, since you left the Bay Area, right?
Yeah, it's been like at least 6 years. I left in 2016.
Wow.
But
time flies by,
really
man.
Yeah, thank you. And it's really good to connect again. I'm so happy with that.
Yeah, and one thing that kind of reminded me about contacting you is just seeing a lot of your content and the amount of work you put into these videos and collaborations with other artists. And that was something I kind of want to pick your brain about. And so just a backing of what we do here on West Coast Wednesdays is we talk about music production mostly, digital audio workstations, Ableton Live mostly, because that's what I love.
Yep.
And I know that
that's what I do too. I work. That's my DAW.
Yeah. And I remember when we performed together, you were using the that for the live show too, with Matute on drums.
Yep.
And how about this?
Shout out to Matute.
Matute, going way back. I was thinking, could I play them a track just so they can kind of like understand kind of your work and who you are, and then go from there?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
Fine.
So this is MC Rai featuring Cheb Bashir. Is that how you say his name?
Yep. Cheb Bashir, yeah.
Cheb Bashir. All right. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get into a different view here so people can see that. And uno momento. Dum, bum, bum. All right, here we go. This is MC Rai featuring Cheb Bashir.
Bashir, yeah.
راني لاباس يمي ما وراني لاباس راني لاباس ومتغرب في بلاد الناس وحشيك كواني.
It's a really nice video and the audio, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
يمي ما وراني لاباس راني لاباس يمي ما وراني لاباس راني لاباس ومتغرب في بلاد الناس وحشيك كواني يمي ما وراني لاباس بعدك بكاني يمي ما وراني لاباس راني لاباس في بلادي ما عندي زهر عالهم قصيد ذيوب عليهم ما نقدر في ليلي سوفري نخمم في حالي هايم رب حسيبهم ما دام العالي دايم هيا وعايش سهوانية هيا بدعاويكي هانية ويا وعايش سهوانية ويا بدعاويكي هانية. كبرنا ورضينا ما شربنا كاس الظل تعبنا وشكينا وياما القلب تحمل الماضي ما نسينا.
Cool shot with all those glass in the back.
Yeah, that's back in Turkey.
الباب يخرج جمل الايام نسينا والشتا في العالي برنا لامي ما نتغرب ونولي ما ننسى احبابي وما ننسى الماضي ومهما تزيد علينا نرجع لك يا بلادي نرجع يمي ما هاني مرفوع الراس نطلب من العالية نحنينا نروح لاباس افرح يمي ما وتلبس لحالي
Nice, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, really good stuff, dude. So, man, I just really like the quality of your work and in general, just to the sets of even the aperture of the cameras and the lenses you're using. I'm realizing like how in focus you guys are, and the stuff behind you is all looking shiny and nice. And then also the production of it. Most often we've been talking about audio, but I thought because you have such extensive experience doing video, we might get into that talk as well.
Sure.
Yeah. And normally too, we also get into like different, plugins and stuff like that.
I'm fine with that. Yeah. I can have a discussion and conversation about that too.
Nice, man. So really, some questions for you here, Mo, is, I mean, let's just catch up, man. Let's so you've been raising your daughter. How old is she now?
She's 13.
13 years old. Oh my gosh. My daughter's 3.
Now you got 10 more years.
Yeah. It's actually, I think she was around
relax
that age.
Because it gets difficult.
Oh man.
After that, it's like the teenager days and stuff like that. But it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. I saw a really sweet video that you had her in the video.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a song called Yabinti. It's based on true story, like talking about my experience with the immigration in Sweden, that after 2.5 years, they just refused my case to join my daughter. And I was so mad, and I put out that music video.
Oh man. So you're not able to live in the same area, but you can just visit?
Yeah, I can just visit, but I cannot live there. Well, hopefully, and then the corona hit, so I haven't seen her in 2.5 years. So it was yeah. So it was my reaction against the immigration in Sweden. So I just put out that music video and that song.
Oh man, you haven't seen your daughter in 2.5 years, you said?
I just actually did see her about a month ago. They opened up finally after the corona hit Sweden and all over Europe. So I went visit her 15 days after they opened up the borders.
Oh man, I'm so glad. That seems like too long of a time.
And you're a father, and especially to a daughter.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Man, that's sad. 2.5 years. Well, I'm glad you just saw her. And you're in, you said Istanbul right now?
I've been in Istanbul for the last year. So prior to that, I was in Tunisia, between Tunisia and Sweden. Then when the COVID hit the world, I was in Tunisia 1 year ago. I moved to Istanbul. And actually, probably those few days is my last experience in Istanbul, because I'm moving out to a destination that I don't know yet.
You don't know where you're moving to?
Yeah. I like to switch my life every 4 or 5 years, as you know.
Yeah. It seemed quick when you left the Bay. You made up your mind.
I missed all of you guys, and I can't wait to go back there, even for a few weeks.
Yeah. Come visit, man, whenever you want. I'm up here. I'm about 3.5 hours from the Bay now, but the studio has really grown, and it's going strong over there. Same area. And I have a home studio here, and I've been mostly live streaming from up here remotely.
Nice.
And it's just beautiful. It's also snowy on and off here during the season.
It's just snowing right now in Istanbul.
I can see.
The last 30 minutes it started.
Wow. Super cold out there.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like San Francisco weather.
Yeah.
And between 40, 50, it can go to 30.
Nice.
Summertime, it gets hot.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, same thing here, just the extremes. I actually kind of like that. The Bay was just so even keel the whole time. I missed winters until I came back up here. I actually left the Bay, I think about a year or two after you.
Yeah,
So,
I think I remember that. You went to somewhere by the river, right?
yeah, Grass Valley by the Yuba.
Grass Valley. We performed there once. Remember?
Yeah. What did we do together up here? Do you remember?
And you jump off the bridge, and I was so scared that you're gonna hit yourself.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I scared you, man.
The rocky river. Yeah.
Yeah, the Yuba. Oh man. Yeah. Good memories, man. Oh, that's what it was. It was a house party that you came up here and played.
Exactly. Yeah, it was in the backyard, and I don't remember that much, but but yeah,
Nice.
it was a good time.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Well, I wanted to pick your brain around collaborating, based on what you've done with other people and done a really good job of audio and video, but also collaborating with you in the land of studio work. Do you do sending through Google Drive, Splice type stuff? Which ways do you normally share? Dropbox?
It really doesn't matter. Sometimes we transfer, sometimes Google Drive, sometimes it depends. Dropbox, like I don't have any preferences as long as all the files get to you or to me,
Yeah, that's great.
and a good internet, like you say, like that's what it takes.
Mm-hmm. And do you have like a home or like a recording device on you, good mic always, or do you normally go to the studio?
Yeah, I got the Mojave 300 to one. If you know that brand, it's a good mic, 301T. And then I got the Scarlett Focusrite.
Yeah, like 8-channel or something?
Was that?
Like a 4 to 8 channel, something like that?
Yeah, it's 4 to 12.
4 to 12.
And with 2 good preamps in it built in.
Yeah.
I got the my computers really can handle very good plugins. It's the M1, the latest one.
Oh, you got the M1 chip.
Yeah, and I got like libraries of sounds like and the terabytes, like 2 or 3 terabytes of samples and plugins and stuff like that. Yeah, I got
Nice.
self set very well.
That's great. Which auto-tune do you use? And because I know that your scale sometimes in the Western scale doesn't hit all the quarter tones. So I'm curious, like, is there a special scale or auto-tune?
Waves live tune.
Yeah, that's actually the one that I use too.
Yeah.
Is it just like chromatic?
Do
You just like set it up for chromatic, so it has all the notes? Or?
Well, most of the stuff that I do actually it does sound that it has quarter tones, but it's not. It's just the way that you move from the black notes to the white notes, and when you go back, like it's just like the half notes, whatever.
Totally, like a melodic
Sometimes,
minor
like,
scale.
You go up, you hit the half note, and when you go down, you don't. So it sounds like there are like quarter tones. But I don't think like most of my stuff that I put out on YouTube, almost none of them has quarter tone.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah. It's more and more like kind of commercial in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah. But like when I do like live shows or like soundtracks, I've done a lot of soundtracks. Normally they like the quarter tones. So that's when I do the quarter tones. And actually like the auto tune that I use in the commercial stuff, it's really more not correcting notes. It's more like to compete with other songs in the clubs because they play most of my songs in the clubs, So when you don't do quarter tones in a pop song, it's kind of like it doesn't sound as good as the other songs. So that's the only reason. And most of my collaborations are with rappers, and they use auto-tune. So to have like half of the song, half of the singing, like on my part, is not auto-tuned, and then the rapper auto-tuned, it just doesn't sound good.
Yeah, totally, definitely helps out.
Like I would never put auto-tune for like a full-on live production of a song. That would sound very weird. So it's like more like a style than really the need of a correction or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I use the same one for little things. And what's cool with Waves is that you can actually put the auto tune to really like sharp auto tunes and make that effect that I hear, or you can make it smooth and make it more natural sounding.
Right.
Which is kind of cool.
But for like correction of notes, or sometimes you get lazy and you don't have time to do like so many takes. Yeah, and then you have a really good take. It's just like one note flat or something. I use Melodyne.
Melodyne for that one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Normally, what I do for my vocals, I use Melodyne anyway, just to have it like, as clean as possible. And then if it's a club song, I add autotune. If it's not, I just leave it that way.
Nice, man. That's great. That's great information. Yeah, so I've gotten the whole like a Waves bundle and a Sound Toys bundle. Are there any other kind of plug-in things that you like?
I mainly use. I don't use a lot for my vocals. For example, I just use little compression. I use the CL72, A72 or something from Waves, just like to have a thick sound. Little EQ, little like reverb. I put it in the channel. I don't put it as a bass. And then normally I use like 2 reverbs, 1 plate and 1 room, or like a hole, but you put it in the back. And you side chain it so it doesn't clash. And then same little bit of delay. And then I finish up with a glue compression, like to put everything, and then a little saturator.
Yeah.
So it's not a big process. It's pretty much between live Ableton's plugins and Waves. I'm set with my vocals.
That's great, man.
And then Fat Lab EQs. That's what I use.
Fat Lab EQs.
I love those. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I love to hear your voice through a crystallizer. I can't remember if that's Sound Toys or Waves.
I think it's a Sound Toys.
Sound Toys?
Yeah.
Crystallizer. Yeah, that thing, it has like this reverse ability of like reverb and delay, but you can show how much it goes backward behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've been putting that on guitar.
Well, we use kind of like the docking reverb as well sometimes, and then you do automation for it, you know? So you kick in the ends if there's like an empty spot or something. There's so many techniques. It depends on the songs, but most of the time also I use, like for recording vocals, to have that thick sound. You kind of like, I record 2 and I pan them like about 5% each way, not like a hard panning, just 5%. So it's still in the center, but like it's doubled. And then I use like a lower octave and I put it on the bottom in the center, and I put it all the way down in the volume, but they're totally different takes. And that gives it kind of like a harmonizer, but like a natural harmonizer and a thick sound, you know?
Yeah, that's great, man. Yeah. So instead of doing like an octaver, you just sing it again an octave lower in the center and just barely audible levels.
Yeah. You just hear the thickness. You don't hear the words.
Yeah.
And you put it around like 150 to 300K. You kill it right there.
Oh, really? So it's only the low end?
Yeah. Just to make it thick and yet, because it's a different take, then it gives that harmonizing phaser kind of thing. But in a thick way, not in a harmonizing way.
Yeah, that's a great idea, man. I will try that out sometime. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, just kind of warm up the voice.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, man. Well, those are all super cool techniques. And I can kind of visually see, you know, like the panning and what you're doing with that. Is there anything in regard to, because we actually did that one track together. Oh man, what was it called? Open Doors. I think you tracked it in my bedroom in San Francisco.
I'm always like bad with the name of your songs, but if you put it on, I remember all of them, like pretty much when I listened to the beginning of.
Oh my gosh, I should probably SoundCloud that. Open Doors.
I think it was like with the clarinet with Morgan.
Morgan is Open Doors, Cradle Duende. Man, can I even find that? I guess I just have to look in SoundCloud, I guess. I have no idea. I'll do that a little bit behind the scenes and see if I can play that. But what I wanted to ask you is like, I want to collaborate with you again.
Yeah, we should do it.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy, man.
Sweet. What do you think the best way to do that would be? Just like, because I mean, I also make beats and backing stuff here. Do you have anything that you want, like some like flamenco guitar on, or anything that I can do?
I think that probably the process here would be we pick up a style, because you know I can sing over any style pretty much, but like we pick up a style that I think something that it will feature the guitar, because you're an awesome guitar player. I'm always like, I'm a big fan, you know, and then you add to that like maybe some Afro beat or something instead of like going flamenco, or like you go Afro beat flamenco, and then maybe you do the top line singing. Are you still singing, right?
I am, yeah. And also Marin could also get involved. My partner.
And then leave space for me, and I will do it. I will say, okay, I want to get inspired with what you do vocally.
Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
it will be a good way. And if there's anything I needed to add to the instrumental, I would do that.
Nice, great. So Afrobeat, you said tabla, vox, guitar?
No, just Afrobeat, and then flamenco guitars, and then bass and your chords and stuff like that.
Okay.
Like Afrobeat, like Senegalese Afrobeat or something. There's so many new styles that they're really nice, beat wise.
Nice.
I think.
I actually found out my genealogy test came back from my uncles, and I'm 1% Senegalese. Who would have thought?
Nice.
Aren't we all though?
Never guessed that.
Somewhere in Africa.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I'm actually writing a note of that. Afrobeat, Senegalese, Vox, flamenco guitar, and then send you a little sample of that. And I'll just like send you like an MP3 or a WAV simple.
In the beginning we can start with MP3s until they get developed,
Yeah, and if you ever want, to collaborate on the actual session, I've been using Splice quite a bit. And that way we can just go back and forth, and you can update something, I could update something.
Splice has some nice Afrobeats loops.
Yeah, I was definitely going to check that out too. Just get some samples and then bring some other stuff in. I got a Push 2 in front of me, an MPK Mini, some DJ decks that I just like to sample some things from that way. And then this wall over here is ukulele, charango, mandolin, banjo, violin, stand-up bass behind me. And so one of my goals is to, utilize electronic music production, use operator and like the big hip hop synth sounds when I want it. And then also come back to the really acoustic as well when I can.
I think combining both of them is great. That's what most of the pop music, at least in North Africa, they combine both. The melody normally is like either guitars or oud or clarinet or and then you record it and you put it like a sample, you sample it, you start sampling it. So it doesn't sound like a real player, but it was played by a real person. So you shop it and you sample it. And then always like the hottest hits normally get like a guitar, acoustic guitar, like R&B style or something like that for the chords, and then heavy 808, and then it goes from there.
Yeah, absolutely. 808. Yeah, that sounds great, man.
Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah. So in regard to these people that you've been collaborating with on these videos, I just want to pick your brain not only about like who you're collaborating with them and how you chose them, but also how you're connected to so many good videographers.
Well, I think when I went back to Tunisia, the first song that I did collaborate with an artist called Armasta. And there's a song called Wahdani, WAHDANI or DENI. So that was the first song that I collaborated with an artist from there. And then it was a hit in Tunisia. And it was like 18 million views or something by now, I think. And that helped me a lot. Like, so basically after that, we did a lot of TV interviews, radio interviews, a lot of touring in Tunisia together. And that kind of like exposed the MC Rai name in Tunisia. So it was after that that all the other singers and musicians that became my friend. And we started collaborating. It wasn't easy. So then either they need me to sing in their tracks or like I need them to sing with me. So it's just like mostly like that.
Awesome, man. So it sounds like that move back to Tunisia at that time was pretty helpful.
I didn't even move to Tunisia at that time. I moved to Sweden. I was just visiting Tunisia.
Oh, okay. So just moving generally away from the Bay at that time.
But then I started spending a lot of time in Tunisia, way more than in Sweden. waiting in my paper. But then when the paper didn't come, so I fully on start working on the Tunisian market full time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it's been good to you. I would love to play that track toward the end because I found the MC Rai featuring Art Master, the Iowa.
No, actually, it's the other way. It's just put our Masta featuring MC Rai because it was in his YouTube channel.
Oh, Ya Walida. No?
No, that's just me. So anyway, it calls like if you put MC Rai, Wahdani, WAHDENI, Wahdani.
DENI,
N as in Nancy.
Wadeni. Oh, Art Master Wadeni featuring MC Rai. Okay, rad.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we should probably play that one toward the end if we can, and just get people checking that out from our channels. Just a heads up, like we have locations worldwide, and although I've never actually been to these different locations. There's one in Germany, London, New York, Miami, Nashville, Tokyo, and we're the branch. It's kind of like a franchise. We're the branch in the Bay Area that teaches, sound design, music mixing, and mastering from our studio.
Awesome.
Yeah, so really sweet to see and hear, how you've been collaborating and doing that. I want to play a track. This is Open Doors, and I'm just going to skip ahead to your verse. It's very quick.
Okay.
So, and let me know if you can remember this. Does it sound familiar? I'm going to speed up here.
Don't stop me from thinking. It is my prayer and force to end your ruling. I did not choose your purse to fill up and buy me peace or happiness. I made the decision to destroy all of this and
Morgan sang a lead here. Clarinet part, I must say. That's actually the verse right there, man. But remember that one, yeah?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember. And actually, I was just thinking, this is a great song for like soundtrack, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
send it out to me. Send it to me, and I'll send it to my people in LA.
Awesome.
You never know.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. I'll send that to, I guess, our Facebook chat or whatever, just a link to it. And yeah, if you can shop it around, man, shoot. That's what we're talking about, actually, is like just like how to network in this industry. I know it's ever changing. I mean, back in the day, I remember MySpace and Snowcap and just how that went up and then crashed and burned. And then like there's something new and then just riding these waves. How are you? What's your main digital distribution source these days? Is it DistroKid or?
No, I haven't. I have a company in LA, actually. I think it's InGrooves. It's part of Universal.
Oh, got it. So InGrooves does the digital distribution somehow.
For me.
Yeah. Not sure how.
And, yeah, I'm signed with them. So they do that. Spotify, iTunes, all of those different digital outlets. And then I use mainly like YouTube, you know. I own my own rights for YouTube, so I'm not signed to anything. And then that's pretty much it. Like I'm not, you know, it's just like the song. If it catch up, like then you're cool. You know what I mean? So it's like, then if it doesn't, you just do the next one.
Yeah. Nice. The hustle.
You know? Yeah, it's kind of pressure too. Like, you know, once you have hits in one of the countries, they want you to have hits all the time, and you cannot do that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, how do you make it happen again?
Exactly.
Totally, man. Well, that's so cool that you use Ableton. Do you also use any Logic at all in collaboration, or?
No, I mean, I know how to use it, but I just don't like it. I like Ableton very much.
Yeah, ditto. The whole take lanes thing, man. It's surprising it took them till 11 to make that, but that's been a game changer for me. The take lanes.
Is it the 11 or the 12? Is it? Are we in the 11 now?
11, yeah.
Yeah, the multi-take kind of thing. It's cool, yeah.
Yeah, take lanes are just being able to loop a section and then all of a sudden see all the different takes and pick out the best parts.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do a digital performer before, and they had it like a while back.
Yeah,
you know.
It's interesting how Ableton is like the last to add it, but they have everything else.
Because it's complicated, because it works two interfaces. So I think they probably had so much trouble between the DJ interface and doing that. I bet you that's what it was. It's not like the technology itself. So they had only like the tracking part. It would have been easier. So I think they just finally find out the code that it would keep it just in the
arrangement view. Yeah, totally. Man, that's really cool. I love how it's good that life just, I mean, 6 years goes by and you look like you did when I first met you at the Glen Park Station bar, you know, 10 years ago.
I was just gonna go back to the Ableton thing. It's always been there, the multi-tracking, but when you go back to the sample in the bottom, you will see all the takes. Then you can choose from there. That was the work around it before.
You would see the takes on the bottom?
Yeah. So let's say, for example, because you see them erased, right? If you put it in loop.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Then you see.
But then if you go bottom in the sample, you know,
then
you'll see all of them.
Yeah. And then you can kind of pick them through. But it's kind of harder to grab and place those, you know, from that.
And have them on time. Yeah. It's very hard.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we met in Glen Park. And actually, you know what? 3 days ago or like 5 days ago, Kevin came to visit me to Istanbul.
No way.
Yeah. And I sent you the picture, but I don't think you remembered him.
I do know Kevin, the bartender.
Yeah. Like, I sent you the picture like a few days ago.
Wait, that was
him
Kevin?
next to me. Yep.
Wait a second. That was not Kevin. I got to go back to that, man.
I swear to God, that was Kevin. And like, yeah. So he came visit me and we talked about all of you guys. We just had like nights of chatting about like Glen Park and.
Oh, okay. This is a different bartender. I was thinking Christian, maybe.
Yeah, but Christian and Kevin, they're both bartenders there.
Okay, I only knew
Big Kevin, and then Christian is the one brings the music. You know, bring us to play there.
I only knew Kevin for some reason. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I only knew Christian.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That was fun to catch up, and yeah, we did a lot of fun there. You know, we had a lot of fun, and we had a lot of good music. We turned the place to like a world music scene, kind of.
Yeah. I got to give you credit, man, too. Also, one of my kind of fondest, like, I don't know, cool memories was that interesting gig we did in down the peninsula, and you told me to learn "Blowing in the Wind" because you're like, I think Joan Baez is going to be there, and learn this song, and she'll probably sing it with you. And she ended up showing up and sang the song with me, and then danced to our whole set. She was like the only person dancing because everybody else was pretty ritzy there.
Yeah,
but what a trip!
Yeah, I remember that gig. That was actually, you know, Google Ads that they pop out in Google. All those ads. It was the guy that created the algorithm's house. What we went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The whole lap pool in the back. That was just a ridiculous house.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that gig. For some reason, I have a good memory when it comes to the music. But yeah,
Yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah. I mean,
and Joshua Tree, we did Joshua Tree together. We
yeah.
did what is it called? The Grand Performance
LA.
performances in LA.
Yeah.
Did you do Stern Grove with me?
That was just before my time with you, but that's there's some good videos of you playing Stern Grove.
Oh, I was in LA actually. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Actually, Joshua Tree, that was a pretty good memory I have of you, because like no one told you or me about how the lights and the fog were going to go on stage. And all of a sudden the fog just hits and it's like, and all of a sudden everyone disappears. And I started panicking. I was like, I can't see anyone right now. This is like too much. And all of a sudden you just like gracefully like swim through the fog back to me.
Well, I'm used to that because Tunisia is they kind of like, they're so, they do that all the time. They surprise you. So like I wasn't, but yeah, it was scary a little bit.
Yeah. Because I mean, it was a great light show. I guess the light show got better probably after they did all the fog.
They have those laser lines, like lighting mice. It was fun.
Yeah,
I like Jet Poetry a lot.
Have you done
the people there?
Yeah, that was a great festival, man. Good memories running up on that hill. Have you done any lighting sequencing using Ableton?
I have a whole show ready, but I never done it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have it linked to my sequence through DMX, I think.
DMX controller, yeah.
Yeah, and they have like a plugin that it will assign that to DMX. And I have it all ready, you know, like in my latest show. But I never used it because they don't have that technology in Tunisia or like in North Africa in general.
Yeah. They
have DMX, but they don't have that technology. They get scared of it. They don't want to. I even added like 3D mapping and stuff like that to the show.
Nice.
Like I have a full, like I would call like even an arena show, you know, for me, ready to go, you know, with the lights. But probably it's outdated right now because that was like with my old set.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now you have a whole new album's worth probably.
Yeah, but funny enough, it's just so funny, man. Like I miss the live shows because in Tunisia, we don't even do live shows. We do showcases. We don't even sing. It's playback. It's like you go and do 3-4 shows of those a night sometimes. Just showcases, basically. Go to nightclubs, VIP nightclubs. People pay a lot of money to see us. And then just like, you just put like the songs and you lip sync. Because it's easier sound-wise for the club owners. And to maintain that heavy bass, and like they don't want to gamble with anything. That just people want to just see you more than want to hear you because they already know you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Interesting, man.
And it's kind of frustrating, and it's not even cheating. They know it. They know that's what we do, you know. And people in Tunisia, they got that from the French rap culture. That's what they've been doing it, like some heavy duties names like Metro Games and like stuff like that. And basically, when I redid the live show and the live band in Tunisia, we only played like 3 shows and the Corona came. So we had to stop. And it was actually, I couldn't do all my songs. I had to do something I called a vintage Rai. And basically I took all the hits from the 70s to the 90s. And we played them. And then it's kind of like a cover band, but it's not really. It's still arranged. And people loved it because it was a big nostalgia for them. And yeah, and then the Corona hit and we didn't finish. But my live shows were at best in the US. And still people in Tunisia, they're not even at that level of sequencing and like the technical things.
Yeah.
I've been doing it since 2008. So like when I try to explain to them, this is how it works, they're still not getting it. Yeah,
definitely. Doing live sound and doing live lighting, that's a whole other production. And it is kind of playing it safe. Like they're going to have great sound because like it's fully produced and you just walk out and blow kisses. And
great. They don't have also, like we're not talking about festivals or like arenas, you know, we're talking about like nightclubs. you know, but they're really, really fancy and famous nightclubs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to maintain that sound. They just bring you for the image because the crowd, they saw you on TV, they heard you on the radio, they want to see you live, take pictures with you, sign some autographs and leave to the next one.
That's interesting, man.
It's silly. It's like, but it's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, it's part of the job. You know, we're like a working musician. Sometimes you work, it's like soccer players. Sometimes you play in a good field. Sometimes it's a bad field, you know, but you're still making money and doing your job.
Yeah. Little appearances here and there. That's great, man. It's so cool to see, how you're doing it over there. And I really hope that you can come back to the US and wherever so you can do live performances. I hope that we can play live together again. I really loved those jams we would get into at the Glen Park station.
Yeah. We used to go in the trance, man.
Oh my God. We'd be going to improv
for
hours and not really know what's going to happen. All of a sudden we're, Doombeck guitar, clarinet, and pretty trancey jams for sure.
We were, I mean, even before Glen Park, when I was doing a lot of shows with Jeff Stott, if you remember him.
Yeah.
We were like the pioneers for what happened with Beats Antique later on and all of that crowd, you know. We were doing it since 2002 or something like that. So for me, like Glen Park, it kind of like brought back a lot of good memories and enhanced what we can do. And then, it was different time and different crowd, but it was a lot of fun, in a city that at that time it was very hard to play world music because of the tech and like people are into raves and the EDM at that time.
Yeah. Now it's like you can kind of bring that technology to the world music sound. And I love that the ability to kind of like meld the worlds and have like a Doombeck and really acoustic instrument like guitar or vocals, but then also hit really hard with like an 808 and a really big kick as well. That's something that hopefully this Afrobeat thing will sound like. Yeah.
I mean, we will get something good.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah, totally, man. That's cool. You're active on the Facebook feed. It sounds like that's probably the best way to communicate with you from afar. Yeah. For now.
Yeah. Messenger for me. I'm always there. Instagram, Google Voice. I still have my American number.
Oh, nice.
I moved it to Google Voice and I have it still.
Oh, rad. So then I could actually call you on your voice?
Yep.
Okay, what's your number? Yep. Actually, wait, don't tell me right now. You don't want to say it live.
Yeah.
Offline.
310 beep, 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 beep.
There you go.
Like 90.
Yeah. Or
91,
or send it through like a messenger to me or something.
Yeah, I'll do.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, I'm going to go pick up my daughter from school.
Awesome. Say hi to her.
Yeah, I'd love for you to meet her. And if you're ever in Cali, man, we'd love to host you up here. We got an extra bedroom set up for you. And I'll be down to even try and, book some little thingies for you if you want to do that sometime.
It would be a lot of fun. It would be a lot of fun to catch up with the family. And you guys are my family there. And I missed all of you guys there. And like, I hope I get to go back to the States, even for like 2 weeks very soon.
Yeah, that'll be great, man.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Yeah, definitely. Let's try and connect Morgan into that visit too. We can catch up with everybody.
Is she still in the Bay Area?
She's still in the Bay. Yeah, she's doing great. She's like a rock star, like playing with all these amazing bands and Balkan Bump, Will Magid.
Yeah, I played with Will Magid. He played with us at the Fox Theater. That was my last gig.
Yes.
I left 2 days after that.
Yeah. So he is doing great. He made the brand Balkan Bump and then also got on with Grammatic's record and toured opening for Grammatique. I don't know how to say his name.
I don't know them, but he probably do. I
mean, he did a collaboration thing online, and like within 3 hours, it had like 500,000 views on SoundCloud, and
nice.
Yeah, just doing really good. Nice guy. He really deserves it. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a closeout here, and then I'll say bye to you, Mo, in just a moment. You down for that? All right. So I'm gonna just give you guys all a heads up that was MC Rai. So he's a Tunisian singer, but he's all over the world. Currently in Istanbul, where it's snowing, And if you want to check out his music, go onto his YouTube, his Facebook, his Instagram, his social media, and check out his music videos. I'm going to do a link for you guys to the Art Master Wadani featuring MC Rai, so you guys can also hear and see that. Check out In Grooves, I believe, is his label that he's a part of in LA. And you can support him by sharing his music and try and, ask for him back in the US. Maybe that will get him back our way or something. So thank you, Mo, for coming out again, man.
Thanks, brother.
Really appreciate seeing you. And this is SF Garnish going out like this.